Hey boys and girls, this is Mrs. Glessner. I am taking over for Mrs. Burkholder and I'm going to teach you science for first grade. I'm really excited because what I'm going to teach you is all about chicks. Normally this time of year, I would be hatching chicks inside the classroom. Unfortunately, because of the virus, I'm not able to do that. But lucky you get to come inside my home, down into my basement, and you still get to watch chicks being hatched. The first thing I want to teach you about is the incubator. Incubator is a really big word. Can you say incubator? Can you count the syllables in incubator? Do it with me. Incubator. 4 syllables. An incubator has 2 jobs. The first job is that it has to keep the eggs really warm. The second job it does is it rotates the eggs back and forth. Let's go back to how warm it has to keep the eggs. It has to keep the eggs between 99.5 degrees and 101 degrees. It's very sensitive. It's very important that the incubator keeps them warm enough so that they don't get too cold. If they get too cold and if it goes below 99.5 degrees, the chicks will die and the eggs won't hatch. If the incubator should keep the eggs too warm and go above 101 degrees, it'll again kill the chicks and the eggs won't hatch. So it's the ideal temperature that you want the incubator to be at is 100 degrees. I'm going to actually show you the incubator so you know what it looks like. This is what the incubator looks like. You can see inside there are eggs. And you can see that they're actually laying on their side because, as I said before, it actually rotates, it moves the eggs back and forth. Why would it do that? It does that because think about a hen who sits on her nest. A hen will naturally want to get up off her nest to go eat, to go drink, to stretch her legs. And whenever she gets back on the nest, she's moving those eggs around a little bit. So it's really good to move the eggs back and forth just a little bit because it stimulates the chicks inside. That's another big word, stimulates. That means it's making the chicks move inside the egg. You want the chicks to move because it builds their muscles. Their muscles need to be really strong in order for them to hatch out. I'm going to come over to the side here and I'm going to show you the temperature, the set temperature. Right now we have it set at 100 degrees. We have it set at 100 degrees. We don't want it to go any higher, like I said, past 101 degrees because it might kill the chicks. Another thing you have to add to the incubator is water. You have to add water to the incubator so that the eggs stay moist. I know that sounds really confusing, but I want you to think about a sponge. A sponge has a bunch of little holes in it, right? Well, did you know that an eggshell is very similar to a sponge in that it has pores? You can't see these pores. They are so microscopically small, but the eggshell will actually absorb some of that water and it'll stay moist. You want it to stay moist so that when the chick hatches, the shell will fall off of its skin. If there's no water inside the incubator, then the chicks will not be able to hatch. And again, they will die. So it's a little bit complicated hatching these chicks. It actually takes 21 days for the chicks to hatch. For turkeys, that's what these are turkey eggs, it takes them 7 days longer. So that means it takes 28 days for turkeys to hatch. Also, it takes 28 days for ducks to hatch and pheasants to hatch. But chickens are pretty consistent. They're a little bit different. They are always 21 days. I'm showing you the eggs here because you can see that they're all different colors. Depending on the breed of the chicken, you might get darker eggs or lighter eggs. You may get white eggs, cream-colored eggs. You might even get teeny tiny eggs. These are banny eggs. You can see in comparison to a normal sized chicken egg how much smaller a banny egg is. But these are all chicken eggs, except for these pretty spotted ones. These are the turkey eggs. I'm going to show you next some pictures of what it looks like inside the egg whenever the egg is inside the incubator. As you recall, it takes 21 days for the chicks to hatch. What's amazing is that on day 3, when that egg is inside the incubator, a heartbeat already starts to form in just a matter of 3 days. On the 5th day, a chick has already started to form. What do you notice about this chick? I see that the chick has developed a beak, it has developed limbs, a head, a body. It's not fully developed, but just after 5 days of being in the incubator, it's already turning into a chick. And then by day 14, the chick is nearly completely formed. What do you notice about this? I see that the chick has developed its legs, its claws. It now has feathers. It can hear inside the eggshell. And it's almost ready to hatch. Only 7 days left to hatch. Pretty cool stuff. What I want to do now is I'm going to open the incubator and I want to show you what it looks like inside there. I have to be pretty quick whenever opening the incubator. I have to be quick because I don't want too much heat to escape from the incubator. If too much heat escapes from the incubator, those eggs will get cold, and remember, the chicks will die and they will not hatch. So we're gonna have to be pretty quick. When I open it, a massive amount of heat is going to be released. Let's go ahead, open it so you can see. There's the eggs. And again, the incubator will rotate, will move those eggs just like a hen naturally would if she was sitting on the nest. And up top here, you can see a sponge. The sponge is soaking up the water. Again, you have to have water inside the incubator to keep those eggs, the eggshell, moist. That way when they hatch, that shell just falls right off. All right, I don't want to leave it open too long. All right, little eagles, that's all I have to share right now about the incubator. On our next video, I'm going to show you what happens whenever the chick comes out of the shell, what we do with it, where we put it, and what the chicks look like. So tune in for the next one.